Hi, welcome back to Wizzy Woodworks. I'm Dwayne, your host, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this basic farmhouse chair. And I can't take credit for the design, but I got it from another YouTuber, Affordable Backyard Projects. If you want to, you can check him out. But stick around and check it out. I'll start out by making a template for the rear legs and back of the chair. I'm using a piece of 1/2 inch plywood that is 3.5 inches wide by 37 inches long. Measuring up 18.5 inches from the bottom, I'll mark a line. Also, I'll mark a line on the ends in the middle of the width of the board, which is 1.75 inches. Using a straight edge, I'll draw a line from the bottom middle to the middle of the center line, and then from the middle of the center line to the top rear corner. Then from the edge of the center line to the top of the middle of the board. This will give us the layout of our chair back leg piece. Taking my time at the bandsaw, I'll slowly cut just outside of the line, keeping as close to the line as possible. Using my random orbital sander, I'll sand down to the line and round over all four corners. Over at the miter saw, I'll be using some 2x material and measuring it out to 37 inches. Now, using my template, I will trace out the back leg pieces onto the board. Be sure to avoid any knots as these produce weak points in the legs. Now back at the bandsaw, I will cut out the rear two legs. Now when cutting out, you want to stay a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch outside the line. Next, we will reattach the template, being sure to use the same screw holes as when we traced it out. Next, over at the router table, we will use a flush trim router bit. Now here, I'm just setting it up so the bearing is riding along the template. Now, I'll measure out a piece of 2x at 17 inches. From there, I'll take it to the table saw and rip out two 1 3/4 inch pieces, which will be the front legs. Now, with more of the 2x material, I'll cut it down to 14 inches. Then take it to the table saw and rip that into 1 1/2 inch pieces. We will be needing a total of 5 1/2 inch by 1 1/2 inch by 14 inch pieces. Now back at the miter saw, I'll rip down some 1x6 material. I'll need 2 pieces at 14 inches and 2 pieces at 11 inches. Next, I'll rip down the 1x6s to 2 1/2 inches. This will give us 4 pieces at 14 inches long and 4 pieces at 11 inches long. We will only be needing 3 of the 11 inch pieces. Now we'll be drilling some pocket holes. We will put 2 in each end of the 2 1/2 inch by 14 inch pieces and 1 in the side towards the top. With the 2 1/2 by 11 inch pieces, we'll drill 1 pocket hole in each end. Now with 3 of the 5 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 by 14 inch pieces, we will drill 2 pocket holes in each end of those. Now for some sanding. With 80 grit, I'll go over all pieces just to remove any saw marks and to break the sharp edges. With all necessary pieces pocket hole drilled and everything sanded, we are ready for the assembly process. Now, measuring up 17 inches from the bottom of the leg, I'll put a mark. Then I will use a square to mark a line on the inside and the front of the legs. This will be used to line up our aprons. Using a 1/4 inch piece of plywood as a spacer, this will give us a 1/4 inch reveal on the aprons. Now, with glue and screws, we'll attach the apron to the front leg. Be sure you're screwing into the 1 1/2 inch side of the leg. On the back, be sure to line up the top of the apron with the 17-inch mark that we made previously. Measure up 3 inches from the bottom of each leg. This will give us a mark to line up our lower braces on. With glue and screws, we will attach the lower brace. This will complete the first side. With both sides assembled, It's time to connect the two. Using another one of the 14-inch aprons, install it with the pocket hole in the middle facing up, as this will be used to attach the seat. When installing the back apron, be sure to line the top of it up with the 17-inch marks that we put on the insides of the legs. Now we will find the center of the lower braces, which is 7 inches. Here we will use these marks to line up the center brace. Measuring down from the top 1 inch, this will give us the position for the top of our seat back. With a 3/8 inch drill bit and a stop collar, we will drill holes in the outsides of each leg to attach the seat back. Now we'll measure out the spacing for the 3 back slats and install them. Now we can install the lower portion of the backrest. I'll use 3/8 inch dowels to plug the holes. A little bit of wood filler to cover the dowel holes and the screw holes from the templates. Sand down the wood filler and the frame of the chair will be complete. Now it's time to work on the seat. For the seat, I'll take a 2x10 and cut out 2 18-inch pieces. Then over to the table saw where I will remove the roundover and then reset the fends to cut them at a final width of 9 inches. Then I'll lay out the boards and drill 3 pocket holes and glue and screw it together. Then on the rear corners, I will measure over 2 inches from the side and 1 inch and 3/4 from the back. These will be the cutouts for the rear legs. Now we'll just cut these out at the bandsaw. Now with the chamfering bit, I will do the sides, front, top, and bottom of the seat. Now we can sand the seat down to 120 grit. And finally, put in the 4 pocket screws on the aprons to attach the seat. And there you have it, the basic farmhouse chair. Also, I'd like to give credit again to Affordable Backyard Projects for this design. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.